I am no Jedi.
I'm the black-haired Richard Core Kenobi, and I'm back again for another review, and today we are going to be reviewing Dragon Ball Z Light of Hope, Episode 2/Episode 3, combined together into a full fan film. So, yes, now I know you all are wondering, why am I doing a review for this instead of a typical reaction? Well, that's because, due to technical issues that I had on my phone, I couldn't react to the full film, and I didn't want to take a chance of splitting it into two parts. So, because of that, I am going to do this in a new review type of way, because I want to make my reviews better and improve upon them. So, yes, before I start this review, it should be noted that if you have not seen Dragon Ball Z Light of Hope, there will be minor spoilers, but I will not be spoiling the whole film. So, if you don't want to hear spoilers, that's okay. This won't contain a lot of them. But I do implore you to go check out the original video and see it for yourself. So, yes, we've all been anticipating this. RobotUnderDogs 2 years ago came out with their hit Dragon Ball Z Light of Hope pilot. Basically, we finally got to see Dragon Ball Z done right in live action. But RobotUnderDog decided to put their own unique twist on the History of Trunks special, which was a genius and original idea that I liked. And of course, everyone blew up about how amazing this pilot was. It was everything we ever could have wanted. And for the past 2 years, they have been working very hard on succeeding up to that and giving us a worthy successor. And basically, yes, now we finally have it. So this is going to be a little short review. I won't go too in-depth because I want to keep it spoiler-free. But basically, all I have to say about this is that this, in my opinion, was not only better than the first episode, but you can see this as a huge improvement when it comes to fan films in general, because fan films are give or take. Some can be amazing and can rival top Hollywood big budgets, excuse me, or some can pretty much be, well, lackluster, but still have a heart of gold and a good story behind them. This is something that can rival the big Hollywood picture. So, yes. And before it needs to be said, yes, this is 10 times better than any recent anime adaptation we have had. So let's just go ahead and get into the story. So the story picks up right where the last one left off, with Gohan and Trunks trying to do everything they can to stop the androids. And we see that times are getting tough and tough. Not only are people dying from the androids, but they're also dying from the heart virus that killed Goku. So we basically see that it's up to Trunks and it's up to Gohan to try and figure out how they can stop the androids. And that's basically it. So that's basically the summary. Excuse me again. And I don't want to go farther than that. Now, returning to this is some of the original cast. Of course, we have Jack Rod as Future Trunks, and we have Tyler Tacklet and Amy Johnson returning as Android 17 and 18. But we also have a new comer playing Gohan, Kenny Leo, or Lau. I apologize if I am butchering your name, man. I am terrible at pronunciations, as this is to be expected of me. So, yes, now, the one thing I love about this fan film, or these episodes, is how much the cast has improved. You can definitely see they have so much passion and energy into playing these characters, and I gotta say, like, this felt emotional. This was the best way to describe the acting in this. It was very emotional, and it was very well done. Very good directing. Nobody comes off as wooden or flat. I know that was some of the complaints for the first pilot, but you can definitely see the actors have honed in on their talent. And the highlights of this, for me, are, of course, Kenny as Gohan, and Tyler and Amy as Android 17 and 18. They deliver powerhouse performances. I personally loved each of their scenes from beginning to end, and it just made me feel for them. I was completely invested in their performances, and that's something that I wish and that I hope fan films continue to do, and we're seeing a lot of that with this. And, of course, there was an awesome scene with Gohan and Bulma, and I gotta say, Kenny and Ryuthon, I apologize, again, my name pronunciation is not on point today. They pretty much delivered this scene perfectly and then some, because this is the most we've ever seen Bulma pretty much get emotional, and I do love that, and it does make me happy that they pretty much they pretty much went the distance. There's no other way I can say this without spoiling it, but the cast is very good. And Jack, once again, does a terrific job as Future Trunks. Now, you can see and understand his frustrations, and he definitely is coming off as the son of Vegeta, and that's what I like, and I really do like his performance, and I'm glad he has stepped up and improved himself. So, yes, nobody gives a bad or wooden performance in this, especially when it comes to the dialogue, because the dialogue is by far one of my favorite parts of this film, which is ironic because this film has some fight scenes, but not a lot of fight scenes, which I like. I very much like that Donnie and Rita, the directors of this, toned down on the fight scenes and mostly just gave us time to breathe and just catch up with these characters. So, yes. But speaking of the fight scenes were amazing, and the choreography was very much well done. Now, whereas in the first one, if you go back, it was very much fast-paced, and you could barely see. It was like a Dragon Ball fight. But here, they actually you could tell they took influences from some of the Dragon Ball fights combined with Man of Steel's choreography, and oh boy does that show. There are so many scenes in this movie where you can just tell how well detailed the choreography is and just see and feel every punch. And that's what I like. Just the fighting in this fan film has stepped up tremendously, and towards the end of the film where we see the final action scene with Gohan and the androids, that is by far my favorite fight because you can tell they went all out and they delivered, hands down. Now, the music in this is also good. Again, they have done an amazing job creating their own original score, but in here, it's very action-y and gets you pumped, but it also can be suspenseful and it can be emotional. So the soundtrack in this does vary and has great variety when it comes to that, and I like that. Now, if you're not a fan of melodramatic, emotional soundtracks, then I don't know if this will change your mind, but for me, the soundtrack was a great highlight of how good these episodes were. And, of course, the original props and the CGI and the FX, visual effects, all were on point and fantastic. And what I really love about this, in terms of its sound effects, is that they do not use the Dragon Ball sound clips that are common to use in every Dragon Ball related fan film or every Dragon Ball fight. They only use one, and that's it. They use their own original sounds, and they pretty much show us that you don't have to rely on the classic sound effects. So I give them huge props for that, for giving us something original when it comes to the audio and sound mixing. And of course, finally, if there's one other great thing I can say about this film, is that it was a huge roller coaster of a ride, and I mean that in the best of ways. If you have been waiting to see Dragon Ball done right in live action, then Robot Underdog has clearly succeeded in giving us something that we will remember and that will definitely show Hollywood this is how you put time, effort, and passion into an anime adaptation. So with this being said, with great casting, great characters, great dialogue, great sounds, great soundtrack, great audio mixing, and great directing and great writing, I feel very comfortable in giving Dragon Ball Z Light of Hope Episode 2/Episode 3 a solid 9.5 out of 10. My only nitpick with this is that I wanted to see more, but I'm very patient. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was my review, and please, guys, it would mean a lot to me if you can go and subscribe to Robot Underdog. Support them on Patreon. They just started a new Patreon, so please go and support them if you want to see more content like this, and just give them the love and attention they deserve, because they worked very hard on this for 2 straight years, and they did not disappoint. So, as a final thank you from me to my friends at Robot Underdog, Donnie, Rita, Kenny, Amy, Tyler, Jack, Riothan, guys, and everyone else who worked on this film, thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart. This was amazing, and I definitely can't wait to see what you all do next. And definitely, folks, if you enjoyed this review, then please go check out the original video. I apologize if I could not go more in-depth with this, because I really want you guys to go see this and go support them. So, if you have seen this movie, then leave a comment down below, and maybe we'll talk about it. And, of course, give this video a like and a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button and click that notification so you can be up to date on all of my videos. And please let me know what you think of my review, and if you agree that my reviews should be more like this, because I want them to change, and I definitely want this to be the newest highlight of my channel. So with this being said, until then, ladies and gentlemen, this is Richard Kenobi saying, may the Force be with you, and I'll see you guys for the next review. Bye, guys!